guys, good day. September 20th, 7:45 p.m. Very good day. We got a lot done today. Very productive, felt good. It was a little bit painful. However, we're moving forward. There's a lot to cover. So, did I even do a journal earlier today? I think I did. Yeah, I did. I did a journal earlier today. We'll start with this. Fuck. I think I went to the gym after the journal. Okay, we'll start from the afternoon, I guess. So I went to the gym. I ate well today, bro. I ate like 1,900 calories today. And it was very good food. I'm actually gonna do my tracker today. Oh, hopefully it doesn't rain on me. That'd be nice if it doesn't rain on me. I ate good today. I went to the gym this afternoon. I had a very good pull workout. Came back. And I did a bunch of work. I'll just rapid fire it because I don't remember what order. I did a private lesson today with a kid for drumming. And I'm getting a taste of what is it going to be like building something similar to quadology. Building something similar to quadology. Ah, fuck, it is raining. I'll walk to the end, and if it starts raining, I'm gonna walk back. And then if it doesn't rain when I get back, I'll just keep walking, if that makes sense. Okay, it's raining. If it rains harder, then okay. And I'm getting a taste of what it's gonna be like, and it's actually it's pretty fun, man. It's pretty fun, man. It was nice. I got paid to teach someone how to drum for the first time. You know, this kid paid me $10, $10, and we scheduled a lesson on Instagram, and it was like a 25 minute lesson. And listen, guys, that's more than I got paid on Taco Bell. That is literally less work, more fun, and more money than if I was working at Taco Bell, which is wild, bro. It's fucking wild. God, dude, I just hope it doesn't start pouring, you know what I'm saying? I'll go around, fuck it. I will go around. I'm a little bit scared. This cloud is very big, and I don't know if there's a certain part of it that's gonna start pouring. Okay, however, it's drizzling. I'm so scared. there was a time in Halloween where it went from nothing to fucked, really quickly. Okay, so that happened. I did a lesson. I got my ISAs scheduled for an interview. I also created... What the fuck? Is that a bug? Holy shit. I also created... Oh, God. I made a whole kind of ISA description sheet where I had because, I'm going to hire them tomorrow. I've never hired an ISA before. And I'm going to have a good idea of how I'm going to hire them. I'm walking the fuck back because it's starting to actually rain now. Oh, shit, dude. We might be cooked, guys. That took quite a bit of time. I made a very elaborate payment structure. The only thing I really need to do is figure out, if an ISA actually does their job, if I do have 5 clients eventually, or 3 to 4 clients, if I have that amount of clients and they're booking a certain amount of appointments per month, I need to really figure out how much I'm going to pay this guy, because in brute honesty, I don't want to pay this ISA too much, unless I had 20 clients, you know what I'm saying? In that case, it would make sense, because the ISA would actually be probably working, pretty much all day, So I made that whole thing, and it was awesome. Made a payment plan, responsibilities, also made KPIs. And it was really nice. And I did some good numbers as well. I figured out what they need to do and the metrics that the client needs to have for them to make a bunch of money. And I went a step farther. Yeah, it's properly raining now. It's drizzling quite a bit. But I also figure out the numbers for my clients to have good profit margin. So if my service, oh fuck, dude. Oh shit, I need to get home. If my clients have a cost per lead of $30, okay, $30, and 75% of those leads become phone calls, and 75% of those phone calls become estimates, and they're basically all qualified to some extent, to the point where they could give them a price and do the job. If they have those metrics, and if the clients only close at like 25%, which is very conservative or pessimistic, then they make a 6.7 ROI. And then I also figured out, if they're making a 6.7 ROI off of my fee, then what happens is, of the money that I give them, they are taking home a 30% profit margin, assuming that their business already operates in a 50% profit margin. So my expense would be 20%. That's not too bad, considering that I'm calling leads for them and all that stuff, and that all they need to do is confirm the estimates and like do the estimates and do the job. Considering that's the case, guys, like, I calculated it. If they make $20,000 off of me with those metrics all said and done, then I effectively put $7,000 on their plate. Now, I don't know about you, but knowing that if a client gets with me and I'm most likely going to make them at least $20K over the course of however long we work with, because of the retention and effectiveness and all that stuff when the ISA comes, knowing that is very exciting, because, you know, $7,000, that's not a little bit of money, you know. That $7,000 is a lot of buying power for most people. Like, give me a second, guys. So yeah, man, like, if I do that for multiple clients, I will be effectively making other people tens of thousands of dollars on their plate, not business expenses. You know, it's gonna go towards actually helping their bills and putting food on the table and that type of stuff. And that's really fucking cool in my opinion. So I figured out those numbers that I say, essentially. More things I did. I attended a coaching call, and I was so motivated because these kids were so dumb, bro. These sales reps, bro. They knew nothing but mindset. They were asking, like, you know, they were asking bad questions, but they were asking like pretty dumb questions. It just made me feel like, Nick, you should be making so much more money than them, you know? You should be so much richer than you are right now. And that just really helped me a lot. Yeah, it's probably raining right now. I'm happy that I didn't go farther. Hope I don't get soaked, because I don't want to do this journal inside. I want to stay outside because nature's good, you know? I'll just stay next to this car for now. Hopefully I don't get soaked. But, guys, yeah, I attended a coaching call, and then I'm actually in the middle of doing a sales call review. It's going okay. I didn't do much of that. What else did I do today? I did so much more. I cleaned out my trackers. That was good. I also figured out my financial situation, how much money I actually have, and I realized that, you know, besides ads, my only expense is Sales.io. So that was a huge deep breath, because I thought that I was spending thousands per month on random shit. It's just not true. Now, when I actually, you know, start living and paying for rent and food and all this, that's when the expenses are going to get a bit overwhelming if I don't make way more money. However, you know, my only expenses for my business that are actually considerable are Sales.io, ads if I'm even running them, which if I'm running ads, best believe, assuming my sales gonna get better, like, I'm gonna make so much more money than I'm spending. Sales.io, ads, go high level. That's pretty much it. Maybe leads. We'll see what happens with leads. I'm a little bit scared with that. But yeah, speaking of that, I'm running like 3 days of SMS in a row. I've scheduled that out. What else? What the fuck are these bugs, bro? They're just crawling all over me. God damn it. And that's lightning. There's actually no more clouds, so I'm gonna just walk around now. I'm trying to remember, because I did so much shit. I swear to God, I did so much shit, bro. Big thing also I did, I I low-key... Okay, so Lino doesn't know I'm running ads for him still. I'm going to just make it work for him. It's a little bit immoral, but I just want him to see him get results. And I believe that, you know, because Lino is so careless about his ad spend, I don't think he cares that much. He's not stressing about it. So what I did is I bumped his ad spend to... What I did, I put Kevin's and Lino's campaigns to DCT because that's what I'm doing. And it seems to be working really well. And with a low budget, what I realized is that Facebook is really good at using DCT because it's fucking Facebook. Mark Zuckerberg, you know? And that's what I did. So they should be getting lower cost per lead now. The target is 30 again. And yeah, I did that. So I fixed both their campaigns. I basically made a whole new ad set, made a DCT, and got that going. I think that's about it so far. Other than that, right now I'm just doing call reviews. I can't check my warm app because this video would end, and I'm not trying to post 2 journals. But I had a good day. I had a good lunch, workout, decent health. Dude, I think there's one more thing I did. If I just fucking remember it. I don't really remember it. Let me see if I can bring it up. Some little things. I bought my own Apple Store gift card, or not gift card, membership. I also canceled the credit score memberships that I was forced to apply for when trying to look for rent. I know I've learned an important lesson when it comes to getting rent. And then I also discussed with my parents, not my plan, but they were just concerned financially. And actually, I got good news, guys. I got good news. So my parents are fully aware and they fully digested that I dropped out of college, and they're very disappointed, which is understandable when you look at their paradigm. Now, the good part, guys, is that they don't want to kick me out, and all they really care about is me paying them back what I owe them and making enough income. And so basically, yeah, like it's awesome. So I think I'm gonna be fine working on the agency. Now, for the plan that I made yesterday, the plan is, guys, by November 15th, we want to make enough money. And by enough money, I mean $3,000 a month minimum, which will not be crazy. That is if I have 3 clients on pay per appointment, and each client must generate, assuming that I'm going to pay this ISA, I want to say 14 appointments each. And that would be $3,000 a month recurring. So me not doing shit, just like literally, bro, that's actually insane to think about. $3,000 MRR managing 3 clients, bro. Like, that's not a lot to handle, bro. And then even better if you think about it double, right? If I want to make $6,000 MRR, which that's going to be around, you know, at least probably $2,000 profit. So not only would I be paying for, and bro, the other thing, holy shit, let me do some math in my head. Okay, so I mean, it's different compared if I'm living at home compared to if I'm moved out. So if I moved out, and also ads are a big one as well. But at this point, guys, I always want to assume that if I'm going to run ads, I'm going to at least make break even with the new cash collected, which is very important. And what that essentially means is that ads cost $0. Okay, that's important because if I don't have that in place, ads are basically a monumental cost that is hard to calculate and hard to make decisions around. So we're just gonna say ads are free because they will be free if I can get better at sales, which is the only thing I'm working on. So I'm definitely gonna get better at it. Now, okay. So if I'm not living, then with $3,000 a month, I will be profiting at least $1,000 per month. An extra $1,000 will be hitting my account every single month. It'll be piling up, and that's awesome. Now, if I'm living $3,000 a month revenue, I'm probably gonna be break even. Okay, probably gonna be break even. Now the whole like macro goal besides money is just to have time to work on Quadology. And so ChatGPT, Brutal Life Auditor, told me that, like, Nick, like, you don't need more money, or you don't need extra money, you just need to break even. And I'm like, okay, that makes sense. But I think, in my opinion, at least 1K a month extra will help a lot, you know. A new $1,000 per month would add up very quickly, bro. That would add up pretty damn quickly. Okay, well, you know, until I make bigger moves, obviously $1,000 a month is no money, but I'm saying with my current situation and my bills and everything, like, it's a ton, you know, when you think about proportions. All right, guys, so essentially, yeah, by November 15th, I want to make at least $3,000 a month, and preferably recurring. I think it's very possible. All I really need, guys, is 2 more clients, and for them to all get results, which within ISA should be more than possible. And if I'm being honest, 13 to 14 appointments a month, that's not a lot, man. That's not a ton. That's not really a ton. Especially with $25 a day in ad spend compared to 20, that'll be good. But yeah, I think what's actually gonna happen, guys, when I actually commit, because why do I say when? That's horrible. I'm committing right now, bro. What's gonna actually happen because I'm committing is, honestly, bro, 4 to 5K MRR is not crazy. Again, every client is basically 1K MRR, which it's funny, right? Because essentially, that's exactly what I was doing before. I was selling 3K for 3 months, but I just couldn't seem to sell it. It was hard. Now it seems very fucking easy, because now what I'm doing is I'm charging up front, like, a little bit, like 1.5, and then I'm charging per appointment. So for them to pay me $1,000 a month, I only need to generate 13 appointments a month. Now, if I'm paying an ISA, it's going to be closer to 14. And I got to still do those numbers. But yeah, I'm excited, bro. Like, the goal seems so much more feasible now compared to what it was before. You know, even getting 14 clients, that wasn't a crazy goal. Now, if I wanted to get 14 clients in 4 months, I would definitely have to run ads. But dude, honestly, I don't know what the limit is. I don't know what the possibility is. Oh, I figured out there's this one thing I'm uncertain about, okay? And that uncertainty is the metrics with SMS/outbound, because basically all my appointments have come from paid ads with a decent system and decent filtering and all that stuff. Now, my metrics have been perfect, okay? And I reverse engineered the metrics to be pretty pessimistic, because I knew that cold SMS was just not going to generate probably a 40% show rate. It just probably wasn't, you know? And we're probably going to book less, unless we blast it, you know? But you get the point. You want to be pessimistic. So my only worry, guys, is that because ads are not running, and I'm not planning on running them unless I have extra cash and I really want to get more clients quickly. I am a little bit, nothing much. I want to see what's going to happen with the metrics, and specifically, obviously, show rate, right? Show rate and qualification rate, which qualification rate, you know, for tree service is not too bad unless they're dirt broke, which, now the thing about SMS, I might have more unqualifications. That's the only thing that's kind of uncertain out of anything, but it's Gucci, bro. It's fucking Gucci. And if anything, if I'm not making, you know, enough, there's always Uber Eats and all that stuff maybe I'll work an hour a day. If I generated, you know, with an hour a day, I could generate $20 average a day, and that'll be an extra $600 a month. So there's always that leeway as well. And that's with 1 hour a day, you know? if I was doing 2 hours a day, that would be an extra 1K, 1.2K a month. And the whole goal is for me to not only pay off everything, but it's also to stack a little bit of cash, you know? There's things that depend on what I need to do. So like, if I want to move out in 2 to 3 months time, I'm definitely gonna have to make a bit more money. But knowing it's gonna be kind of fine, you know. The only thing that fucking sucks is that I don't have a car anymore, because I dropped out of college and they don't like that. But yeah, they didn't like me for that. I have a little bit less freedom, but the goal is so small, and they're gonna be at work all day. I'll be fine, you know. But yeah, look, that's it. I don't want to make this too long. There's more things to talk about. Like, you know, I got with PayPal support. I think there's a pretty likely chance that I'm gonna get my $800 back, which is a relief because I got scammed. You know, I got scammed. So losing 800 didn't feel good. But yeah, stuff like that's happening. But yeah, I'll see you guys later. Yeah, we're gonna do some big things.